everybody, welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH after show. Let's get into it, starting with Nelle. Did anyone think that her return was pointless? Because I sure did. Basically, she pleaded no contest, so there was no trial, and that was such a waste for me. Like, I know that Nelle would have been found guilty anyway, and she got the maximum sentence regardless of that, so that plan kind of backfired on her. All of this could have happened off screen without Nelle, so it was like, what was the point? I mean, we saw her interact with Wiley for a split second, but she didn't reveal to Michael that he was alive, and I don't think anyone had suspicions about it either, so what was the point? The only good thing that came out of Nelle's return was when she was talking to Chase, and she was like, "You'll never find someone like me," and he was just like, "Promise?" Such a good line, and he pulled it off flawlessly. Good job, Josh Picard. Another return happened this week though. Spencer Cassadine returned, and he is growing up so fast. I adore the kid, but he didn't grow up as fast as Jocelyn or Cameron, so seeing him interact with Jocelyn this week was so weird. And he even said, he's like, "You got taller?" Like, what else could he say? Like, y'all remember when he was calling Cameron a townie, right? Are they gonna share scenes? That's gonna be so weird now. Mind you, I don't want Spencer Cassadine sore-assed. I don't want to recast. I want him to grow up on the show, just like I want Emma to grow up on the show. They may not be around regularly, but they're around enough that I want to see them grow up, you know? So I'm invested in those actors. Another great scene with Spencer is that he got to confront Ava, and honestly, I forgot that he knew about Ava and Nicholas's relationship, so it was a good reminder, and she got what was coming to her. Spencer is still kind of an evil genius though. I mean, he came up with a plan for Jocelyn to pretend to date Cameron to make Oscar jealous. It's probably gonna work, but I'm kind of loving Cameron and Oscar's friendship right now. Like, it's like this like love-hate bromance thing. I'm into it. Things are certainly gonna take a turn here. Now I want to talk about Cameron's little brother Aiden for a second. He's a bit troubled right now. We're not sure why. I mean, the teacher called Elizabeth to the school to have a discussion about him, saying that he's been distant at school and keeping to himself a lot, which is out of character for Aiden, I guess. But it's hard to tell what direction they're gonna go with this story. Like, it could go the way of him just being bullied at school, because I keep mentioning the whole princess thing, but it almost seems like they might go into like a transgender like questioning thing with him. It would make sense because we have Terry on, who is a transgender character, and there doesn't seem to be much point in the fact that she is. Which is okay. I mean, I've said it before. I like that we have this transgender character who, like, that's not really her story. She's just a doctor that happens to be one, which is really good and really respectful. But it would be an interesting move to make and a very risky one. What do you guys think? Would you want to see that story? I know Aiden's a little boy, but the reality is some kids do go through those thoughts at a young age. I mean, I can't relate personally, but I feel like it's a possibility. And I mean, the thing about it too is that he's a child actor. He's like not like one of those, like, he's not like Spencer or like Emma, right? He's just kind of like a kid that you feel like they hired him because he's cute and he doesn't really act too much. So it's a heavy story for him to take on if they do go that route. Do you guys want to see that story? Let me know in the comments below. By the way, you know what I'm not here for? A Maxie, Lulu, Peter triangle. I don't want to see it. I'm already uncomfortable with Maxie making goo-goo eyes at Nathan's brother so short after his death and all the betrayal. Like, it's so bizarre to me. Something I found interesting this week was that Peter and Valentine kind of had a conversation about, you know, being the town pariah. Everyone's kind of forgiving Peter and moving on with their lives, but Valentine is still, like, getting the shit end of the stick. I love that Valentine's seen Laura being civil to Peter and got kind of mad at it. And she was like, "I don't owe you anything, you murdered my son." Poor Laura though, she seems so confused. I mean, Kevin is not himself. He's literally not himself. He's in Ferncliff. Ryan is impersonating him. Just in case you forgot, because it's not obvious at all. I'm gonna need the storyline to go a little bit faster though, because, I mean, without people going to Ferncliff, no one's gonna suspect that Kevin is Ryan. There's no way. There's no reason to. He's been dead for years. And really, he can't excuse being away from Laura forever. Like, it's not gonna work. She's already putting her thinking cap on and trying to figure out what's eating him alive. Last but not least, let's talk about TJ, because he was on this week. He finally got scenes with his new mom, but I'm hearing that Daquan is leaving the show, so I felt like this particular scene seemed pretty final. Like, it was sweet moments, but super, super sweet moments, and the moments he had with Aunt Stella as well were really sweet. If that was your last scene, it's just sad. Like, They wasted that character so much. Him and Molly are never on, but they're such an adorable couple, and a long-standing one too. You have to remember that TJ was a recast in the first place, so I guess I'll be okay with another one. Just depends how good he is. Hopefully when they do recast that they utilize him even more. Alright, but that's the end of my video. If you liked this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you guys next week.